Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today we're going to be talking about books. But more specifically, we're going to be talking about books that I want to read this spring. So if you haven't seen my April TBR, I will go ahead and link that down below. But a lot of these books are already on my April TBR, and so I'm just going to go through them really quickly. I think what we'll be looking at more in depth is like the May and June sort of vibes. I did look it up before this video, but apparently spring ends at the end of June, so we have about like 2 more months after April. It's the 10th. So like I have like 2.5 months to see if I can get through all of these books that I want to. I feel like the TBR is never ending and my stacks just get bigger and bigger, but if you can't tell, I'm surrounded by books. So let's go ahead and get started. These are going to be all in the April TBR, so if you want more details, check out my April video, but this is it. We got Deadly Dreams by KJ Sutton, which is like a super dark ACOTAR fantasy romance vibe. Persephone Station by Stina Lecht, which is a sci-fi with like a bounty hunter taking names, doing shit, you know, kind of vibe. We got The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, which is more of extraterrestrials looking in on Earth and their perspectives of humanity and humans. The First Sister, which is an AI who is assigned to protect a captain that has a hit out on him. We have The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke, which is a conscript soldier going back to the world that she was taken from and aligning with some rebels to take over the army, or not to take over, to overthrow the army that, you know, took over her homeland. The Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri, which is about a princess who is sequestered away by her brother who rules the empire. She bands with a maidservant who is part of a rebellion in order to overthrow her brother. We love these vibes. I'm telling you, you had to check out the April TBR because we talked all about the vibes of this list. But The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart, it just gets better. This is about a daughter who, her father is king and he has like a very special dark bone, almost like necromancy power, and she is looking to overthrow him, so she must learn this power and finds out that there's consequences to using this power. Alright, so that is all on April. Alright, we're working through it. It is the 10th. I think I've read 1 book and I've started 4, so we'll see how that goes. Probably not well, but it is what it is. Also, we are going to continue to work through the Throne of Glass series. I say work through, but like highly enjoy reading Throne of Glass. I'm actually kind of craving this right now, but I have like 3 other books. Like I said, I have to finish first before I want to jump back into this. I'm going to tandem read Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms because I'm kind of reading the series in like the romantic way. I don't know. But this is on the list for this spring. I think I might wait to read Kingdom of Ash, which is actually, as funny as that is, it's like right down here in more summer time frame. We'll see. Next is Dead House Gates by Steven Erikson. This is the 2nd book in the the Malazan Book of the Fallen. I always mess up that title, but the Malazan Book of the Fallen by Steven Erikson. Dead House Gates. This is like an epic fantasy that I always hear about. It's one of those fantasies that it's like what do they, like a death metal, like dark, gruesome fantasy is what this is like characterized as. I would love to tell you what it's about, but after reading the first book, Gardens of the Moon, I don't think I can accurately. I'm going to try to vlog this for other people who may be reading this series and are just as confused as I am, but still like enjoying it. It's a whole culty weird thing. We'll discuss it later on in a vlog. This is The Dragon Reborn by Robert Jordan. This is the 3rd in the Wheel of Time series. I am currently reading The Great Hunt, so I figured this has been on my shelf for about 3 years now, and it needs to leave. We need to read the first 3, see if I want to continue with the series. So far, so good. It's a fairly middle-of-the-road fantasy for me currently. We'll see if I hear that, you know, it just gets better from the beginning, and we'll see if that's accurate or not. Who knows? The next is very like off because I feel like this is like very much fantasy, sci-fi driven. This one is kind of like my Black Sheep, but On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. I've heard great things about this. This is about a son who is like, this is the perspective of him writing letters to his mother. They are first generation immigrants, and he's telling his mother about the experiences he had as a first generation immigrant, and apparently it is very heartfelt. It sounds very heartfelt, so I'm excited about it. It's also a little bit shorter, you know, I gotta throw in like a shorter book in all of this. And last but very not least, not even last, we still have more books. It's going to be The Adventures of Amina El-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. I think I said it right that time, may not have. But this is a pirate story, and you know how I am about pirate adventure stories. I absolutely love them, absolutely adore them. And this is about a female pirate and her adventures. Apparently, from my understanding, from what I've seen other people reading this, A, it's really great, which I'm excited to hear about, and B, this is like middle-aged pirate telling you her journey around the campfire sort of vibe, and like she has children now, and it's just a really, I'm intrigued, I'm interested. I cannot wait to read this one. I'm so upset that my April TBR is so huge because I just like want to squeeze this in, and if you know me, I might just mood read my way through that. Now, I have to grab my phone because I also have some Kindle books that I'm excited about. So I'm feeling like when I'm through with, or maybe even halfway through Throne of Glass, I'm gonna have some withdrawals, because like that's the kind of vibe I'm getting right now from this whole journey. Blood Mercy by Bella Roth is definitely on the list to read. This is a like lovers, romance, fantasy, vampires, and I say like lovers romance, I meant like what is it, like star-crossed lovers romance with like vampires, humans. It's like a 600-page slow burn fantasy romance. I've heard nothing but good things, so I'm excited about that. Also, Daughter of No Worlds by Clarissa Broadbent. Also, I've heard nothing but good things about this. I have no idea what this is about, but I have been told by great resources that this would be a lovely book hangover sort of book to read after Throne of Glass. Like, this is going to help me recover from Throne of Glass, and I'm excited about it. I've heard nothing but good things from Clarissa Broadbent, so if I like this, I will probably have to read her other series. Another book, maybe, is Plot Twist by Erin LaRosa. This was a arc from NetGalley, and I might just be in for like a cozy rom-com romance after all of the sci-fi adventure fantasy thing that I'm going through right now. I'm not mad about it. Honestly, that's where my true heart is as a reader, is like fantasy romance. Not fantasy romance, but fantasy romance, sci-fi, like that is where I live. Obviously, as well as along with this, I'm going to be reading two classics, probably Ernest Hemingway and some form of John Steinbeck. I think they'll probably be more of the short stories, so I can stay true to the goal of reading one classic and run one John Steinbeck / Ernest Hemingway every month as I make my way through their entire bibliography. If you're interested in those videos, I am going to have a playlist of all of them. They will be linked down below, but honestly, for 2 months, that is how many books. I can't even believe like the TBR I put together this month. And I know it's because like I'm in one of those mood reading vibes where it's just like I want to read all of my sci-fi fantasy books. That's where I'm at. I blame Throne of Glass, by the way. But physically I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 books. It wouldn't be that bad if I didn't have like, if they weren't all like 600-page fantasy books, but I'm excited. I love this list. I love this TBR. I'm so happy that it's like sunny weather outside. I can sit outside, watch my boys play, watch my kids play while I read books. It's a whole vibe. But yes, this is what we're looking at for spring TBR. So future videos, this is where we're gonna, you know, maybe future vlogs, we might get back into vlogging. This is what we're gonna be looking at. So yeah, I like it. Hopefully you guys will join me along. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment down below any books that you're looking forward to this spring. Personally, I thought I was going to be reading Chain of Thorns and The Day of Fallen Night, but I've heard only mediocre reviews of those, and like right now I am not in like mediocre I don't want it. I want excellent. I want 5 out of 5 stars for every book. I will DNF shit so fast. And I really don't want to DNF Chain of Thorns, nor do I want to DNF Day of Fallen Night. So I need to have a little bit more patience. And I'm kind of upset they're not on my spring TBR, but because they were like some of my anticipated releases. But we're moving on. We're moving on. Like I said, we're only doing 5 out of 5 stars, excellent books for the next few months because that's what I need in my life. I don't have any patience right now. Like, I don't. I want all these books in my brain right now. I want them all to be great. So we'll see how this goes. Anyways, like I said, comment down below any books that you guys are looking forward to this spring. Make sure you subscribe to hang out with me some more, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.